today I'm finally filming this final book haul for the summer months and the beginning of September. I'm pretty sure I have 21 books, but don't hold me to that. But I thought if I held out any longer on filming this, I'm going to have too many books to just talk about. So I'll try to get through them quickly, especially because the last bunch are still in their wrappers that I need to get out. So let's start. The first 6 I got were all from the Book People, because the Book People is like a great store, especially if you live in the UK. I don't know what the shipping's like for worldwide, but it's got really good prices for the UK especially. So the first one I got is Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. This is the second book in the Lunar Chronicles, which are fairy tale retellings but sci-fi ones. This is a retelling of Little Red Riding Hood, obviously. And I do own Cinder, but I haven't read Cinder. I am just trying to get all of them, and then I'm going to marathon the series. So now I've got 2 out of the 3 that are released, and Winter comes out in November. So very soon I will be able to complete the series and just read them all. Next up, I got Grasshopper Jungle by Andrew Smith. This is a strange book about a bunch of kids that set off a apocalypse with 6 feet tall praying mantises. It's very strange book. I'll just say that. Next up is More Than This by Patrick Ness in the cool hardcover with the space. So if you know what this is about a boy who dies and then wakes up in this other place. And I won't tell you much more than that because I didn't know a lot going into this book, and I do think it's better that way, just because there is such a mystery element. But the main character, Seth, I did find quite fun, and he was quite a interesting character, shall we say. And yeah, yes. If you want something a bit more interesting, this one. Then, okay, the main reason I made this Book People order is because of these 3 books. This is a trilogy of books that has been out of stock on their website for ages. Literally forever. And when they finally came back into stock, I had to make an order because I wasn't going to let these 3 slide at the price they were at. They were $6.99 for 3 books, and that is the Chaos Walking Trilogy by Patrick Ness. That is made of The Knife of Never Letting Go, The Ask and the Answer, and of Monsters of Men. I'm not actually 100% sure what these are about. I know they're about a place called Prentice Town, because I read that on the back, and it's quiet, or they read each other's minds, and it's an all-male town. I know it's a bit strange, but I believe it's sci-fi. I could say that much. But Reagan at Peru's Project loves this trilogy, and I trust her recommendations, and I think that this series sounds like something I'll really enjoy, though I do have a hit or miss with aliens, so if it is aliens, which it sounds like it is, I might struggle, but I'm hoping not, because I've bought all 3. And I will read all 3 even if I don't like them, which is what I did with the 5th wave. So, yes, I will get to these at some point, but I basically bought these because they're back in stock and I needed them in my life. Next up were 2 books that I kind of pre-ordered, but I didn't expect them to come on the day of release, and that is The Tattooed Heart by Michael Grant and Firewalker by Josephine Angelini. The Tattooed Heart is a sequel to The Messenger of Fear, which I described to my friends, and they say it's kind of like Saw, because Messengers of Fear go to people who have done evil and punish them, and they're given an option to play or pay. And basically, the first book, you see this character Mara, who is training to become a Messenger of Fear. In the first one you get her story, the second one you get kind of more in depth of the Messenger of Fear story. And I will say, it is very weird. It is a paranormal, okay, so basically, if it's like Saw, which apparently it is, I'm just going to say it's like paranormal Saw with religious themes. So yes, I picked this one up, and in typical Michael Grant fashion, it has coloured pages, because all UK editions of his books have coloured pages, basically. All the Gone series does, and so does Messenger of Fear and Tattooed Heart, so yeah. Then we have Firewalker by Josephine Angelini. This is a book about witches, and parallel worlds. So there's parallel worlds, and then there's Lily, the main character, who is taken in the first book, Trial by Fire, by her alternate self to the alternate self's Salem, because witches exist there and it gets really complicated. And basically they're against these things just that are out there. They're against the Woven that are out there, and they're just fighting off this unknown force. But Lillian is kind of the antagonist and Lily is the protagonist, which is confusing because they are the same person, just different realities versions. But yeah, I will say one thing, I hate this cover change because the old cover was gorgeous for Trial by Fire. Don't know what they thought this was going to achieve, but the spine's okay, I'll give you that. Maybe if this was less shiny it would be nicer, but yeah, Firewalker. Then, I have a very kind friend who didn't want these books anymore, so he gave them to me, and that is the first 5 books in the Ranger's Apprentice series by John Flanagan. And I'm not going to lie, I have no idea what this is about, but these are The Ruins of Gorlan, The Burning Bridge, The Icebound Land, Oakleaf Bearers, and Sorcerer in the North. And basically, I looked on Goodreads and they all have really good ratings, so I thought if he's giving them away, I will have them. And I know this is quite a big series, but, you know, I will read them eventually. They are fantasy, I believe, and, like, there's magic, so I'm bound to enjoy it on some level because I do love my magic in my books. So, yeah. Then I got 2 more, my pre-orders in, and that is Queen of Shadows and The Copper Gauntlet by Sarah J. Maas and by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. Queen of Shadows is the sequel to the Throne of Glass series. This is the 4th book. If you don't know of the Throne of Glass series, where have you been living? Because Throne of Glass is like the YA fantasy high standard because it's so good. It deals with Selena, who is an assassin, who in the first book is taken from Endovia, which is a prison, well, prison/work camp, by the Prince Dorian, and she is taken to compete to become the king's assassin. And so much more happens. By this point, that is like a minute detail now. You don't actually care about that. But this book just had to get into my life, and it's a beast, and it was fantastic. I will spoil that much of my opinions. Then we have The Copper Gauntlet, which is the sequel to the Iron Trial, which is a middle grade fantasy about a boy named Cal, who in the first book is told by his dad fail the Iron Trial, so of course he doesn't fail the Iron Trial and goes to the Magisterium, which is a big school for mages. And in the Iron Trial there are a lot of shock twists, really big plot twists that just blow your mind. And, you know, this book came slightly in resolving them. It literally, I cannot wait for the next book because I don't even know where it's going to go next. But I will say that this was a very good continuation, and something happened in here that I didn't expect to happen. Actually, a couple of things happened here that I didn't expect to happen. That's just the nature of this series. Very unpredictable, and oh my god, it's so cool. And moving on to my last 2 parcels. I actually bought all of these on eBay because I'm cool like that. So yes, let's open them. I did nothing. I'm never gonna get this open, am I? Ooh. Ooh, yeah, got it. Which one is in here? Oh, it's this one. Okay. Spoiler. Got it. Kind of. Oh, that's why. I'm getting in there, slowly. I got the entirety of the Vampire Academy series by Rochelle Mead in a mix of covers, but I don't mind, I just wanted the series. I do already own Vampire Academy, but now I have it in the ugly version, but the slightly less ugly version. So Vampire Academy is book 1, Frostbite is book 2, Well, I know those are book 1 and 2. I don't know which book 3 is, but Shadow Kiss and Blood Promise. Then we have Spirit Bound. And then we have this really pretty edition of Last Sacrifice, which I adore. I didn't realise how beautiful this was in real life. But, ooh, these are pretty. I mean, if I ever wanted to, I might collect them all in this edition, but it depends how much I love the series. I really, really, really enjoyed Vampire Academy, which is why I've bought the rest of the series. If you don't know what it's about Rose, who is a mortal vampire, and there's Lissa, who is a Moroi, and it just gets very confusing. And basically, there's the Strigoi, and the Strigoi are evil, and a lot of kick-ass, okay? It's a really kick-ass series, and it's really cool. It's like, I don't know, just really fun. I don't actually know what the plot is. That's sad, isn't it? But, yeah, I just think they all look really cool. So, I wanted to pick up the rest of the series, and I did. And I thought this was the hardback, but it's not. It's just slightly bigger than the rest. But they're all in really good condition, so I'm not going to complain. These are all really good condition, especially because I just bought them off eBay. I thought they'd be much worse. So, I would attempt to show these all to you, but 21 books is a lot. I should have put that one on the bottom. 2 more. Ugh. Where's Grasshopper Jungle? There we go. Ah! So, there is my book haul. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you soon. Goodbye.